your ass kicked. Anybody who's talking this shit, that shit, you can get your ass kicked. Anybody who's talking this shit, that shit, you can get your ass kicked.
Hey guys, I'm looking back to the Rob Griffin Show. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy to be with you this evening. Now, as you've seen on every episode, I've had a unique pair of sunglasses. Now, this show is no different. My wife bought me these amazing sunglasses. Now, I know in the last episodes, I talked a lot of shit about sunglasses and how I didn't like to wear them and how they will give me pressure points on my, is this your temple? I guess it's not, like behind your ears or on your eyes. And they give me headaches. That doesn't mean I don't like them. In fact, when I was a young man, I used to wear Ray-Bans all the time. Remember the old school Ray-Bans, kind of like my America glasses I was rocking on a previous episode. Now, these, I would say right now, are probably my favorite because these are like that meme glasses. You know which one I'm talking about. I can't see shit because I got these little white dots on there. You can't see anything. But anyway, I love those. And last episode, I had my Devo glasses, these big pimp daddies. Now, these, by the way, I think these would be ideal for playing golf, going to the beach, or whatever you might do, because it totally blocks out everything. You don't even get that little gap right here on the side. So if you're looking, with your peripheral vision, they're pretty awesome. So if I were going to go play golf or go to the beach, I'd totally rock these. Now, if you like any of these glasses, let me know. I'll have my wife drop a link in the description because I have no clue where she got these from. And on the initial first episode, right, we actually wore these white ones. Now, in the promo video, I actually thought it looked pretty cool. But would I wear these to the mall? And the short answer is probably not. Cool, yes, but not my flavor. I would either wear my meme ones. Actually, you know what I would wear? Where are they at? I would totally wear my America glasses. Let me get them. Damn it, I didn't plan on this. Forgive me for stumbling through this, but this is what I would wear if I go to the mall. Now, you can't see shit because of this image of the flag, but this is America, man. If I had to wear something, it'd be these. Second choice would be my meme glasses for sure. Those are pretty amazing. So if you like any of these styles, let me know, and I'll have my wife drop a link in the description. So tonight's episode has nothing to do with sunglasses. In fact, tonight's episode is quite different. Tonight's episode is about crime prevention. In fact, I would dare say it's going to be called a PSA, or a public service announcement. Many of you need to hear this, so pay attention. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video. Make sure you share this with your friends because we're going to be talking about some very, important information you need to keep yourself from becoming a victim. Now, back in my police career, there was how long was I in CRB? I'm not sure. I was in CRB for a minute, and CRB is a community relations bureau, and I was a liaison for the police department that would go out and speak to the public. Okay, part of that would be PSAs on the news, public service announcements on the news, talk about Halloween safety or shopping at the mall during the holidays and that kind of thing. One of my favorite things I've ever done as a CRB officer was to go out and administer this program that we call Dreams. Now, this is a Henderson initiative that was kind of a knockoff on the thing we all know as DARE. Remember DARE? Were you ever in a DARE class as a young person? So if you have, let me know below. Okay? But DARE was awesome. Dreams is different. In the beginning of a Dreams class, we would make a program where the students would build a dream board. We would give them out poster board and have them take some magazines and cut out photos. And the whole idea was to have them create their dream. What is your dream car, your dream house, your dream occupation, and all these things you would want to achieve at some point in your life? And we'd have them put it on paper and own it, right? And throughout this course, I think it was a 5-week program, we would tell them how bad choices like smoking, drinking, or drugs would literally just distract from their dream and ultimately kill their dream if they didn't choose the proper way to go about their dream. And it was a really cool program. I really enjoyed working with the kids. In fact, I got to go teach my son's 5th grade class. I was his dream officer. Daddy was there, and it was kind of cool for him. Our dad shows up, and the kids are so cute. They come up, "Hey man, is that your gun? Is that a real gun? That your taser? Is that a real taser? Have you ever shot anybody?" The kids always ask you that, by the way, which is kind of awkward. But anyway, it was great. And if I say anyway more than 3 times in this episode, let me know. because I hate it when I do that and I want to be corrected. So if I say anyway again, let me know and I will punish myself for it publicly. Now, as a CRB officer, one of the other cool things I get to do is go out and go deal with the public. And we go do public events, police night out, meet your local police officers or city council meetings. And on occasion, we bring out this guy, the one and only, that guy. Now, if you know his name, I don't want to tell you. If you know who that dog character is, put the name in the comments and let the people know, because I know who he is. You know who he is, but prove it to me by putting in writing. So awesome time. I really enjoyed doing that. So the episode tonight is called, Are You Accidentally Attracting a Criminal or a Burglar to Your Home or to your person? Sadly, most of you are. Most of you have no clue that you are literally out there advertising to the public at large that I want to be robbed, I want to be taken advantage of, and I want to be a victim. More often than not, these crimes are crimes of opportunity, meaning these idiots, these shitheads, they drive around high as a kite, usually late at night or during the day while you're at work. When do you think the most common time for a residential burglary is? More often than not, they happen between 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. Why? Because you and I are at work. These criminals, they're stupid. Don't get me wrong. They're totally stupid. But they're not completely dumb. They understand that they do not want a confrontation. They want to get into your house, steal your valuables, and leave without a confrontation. And ironically, this happens way more frequently than you would ever realize. Now, I have a stat here by the FBI that says every 30 seconds, a house in the United States is broken into. Now, think about that for a second, guys. I've been talking here for what? 3 minutes, 7, 8 minutes? That means in the last 7 minutes, there have been 14 residential burglaries while I've been talking to you on this show. Now, is that sad? It's sad. And here's the brutally sad part about it is most of you, the public at large, I mean, they walk around in what I would call condition white. Now, when I went to the police academy, they trained us very specifically on this particular chart right here. Most of the public walk around in what we call condition white, meaning nothing's ever going to happen to me. I live in a gated community and no one's ever going to hurt me or harm me or touch me or whatever, right? And then you go to Target and you're walking to your car and you get accosted in the parking lot. Or I don't mean to bash Target, even though I kind of hate Target. But I would say any big box retailer chain, if you're walking to your car, it's very likelihood that you could be victimized there because you walk around in condition white. Now, I saw the perfect video of someone who walks around in condition white. Now, this is a young lady in a mall, which in some random town, on her phone, stumbles into a fountain because she got her head up her ass and she's not paying attention. Most of you, not all of you, most of you walk around in condition white. You have zero awareness of your outside of your little personal bubble, what's happening outside. And because of that, you are sending off a signal to the bad guy, hey, I'm an easy mark. Come victimize me. Now, cops or people with training, we're different. We enter a room different. I dare you, when next time you go to a restaurant, if you're sitting there eating your dinner or having a meal or whatever you're doing, and you see a police officer enter the room, watch how they react. What do? They walk in. We scan from corner to corner. Is there a threat in this room? Because that's just the way it is. Is there a threat here? And if there isn't, okay, cool, I will enter. And they will go sit somewhere in the back with their back to the wall and their face facing the door. Now, why do you think we do that? Because we understand that there could be an armed robbery while I'm here on duty eating my lunch. There could be something bad happen, and I need to know a way to get myself out of here and get myself safe. God forbid this happen while I'm here by myself or with my family or what have you, right? So I want to make sure that I'm aware. So my question to you would be, what condition do you walk around in? Are you in white? Probably. Here's what I would ask you to do. I want you to walk around in condition yellow. I don't want you to be paranoid or orange or red or black. I don't want you to be there. I want you to be yellow, which means you're cognizant of your surroundings. Do you have a plan? Where are the exits? Is there a threat in the room? Is there something happening that I probably don't want to be a part of? Okay. I live in a little town called Princeton, Texas. We are next to a bigger town called McKinney, Texas, and another town called Allen, Texas. Now, a few weeks ago, some asshole decided to go to that shopping mall, the outlet mall in Allen, Texas, and kill a whole bunch of people. He showed up with an assault rifle, multiple magazines, and praise God, there was an Allen officer that was on scene that day talking to some kids, and he reacted like the true hero stud that he was. He ran towards gunfire, and he ended that threat. But prior to him arriving and ending said threat, I think it was 7 or 8 people. Forgive me for not knowing the specifics. I try to block it out because it's so close to my house. It's literally 10 to 15 minutes away from my home. I have shopped at that mall numerous times with my wife and kids. So for me, it's kind of a sensitive subject. But he ran towards gunfire. He eliminated that threat. So my question to you is, parents, guardians, grandparents, do you have a plan when you go to the mall with your children? While you're there, do you tell your kids or significant others, hey, if we hear gunfire, the rally point is my truck in the parking lot. We parked in section 5B or whatever it's called, or next to the Nike outlet or whatever it's called. Do you have a plan? Most of you do not. You go shopping, you assume, hey, we're going to get some shoes, get some pants, some shorts, underwear, whatever, and we're going to bounce, right? But you don't have a contingency if some asshole shows up to kill you and your family. I would suggest that you get together and you have a plan for you and your family. And if you have the ability to carry concealed legally, or if you have the ability to carry a weapon legally and have trained with it, I would strongly suggest you bring it with you. Because here's what I know. If I were at that mall that day, by the way, I was about 6 or 7 minutes away shopping in another shopping center across the highway when that shit hit. And I told my wife, I said straight up, if had I been there, I would have been running towards that dude, engaging him with my handgun. Because that's just who I am. That's how I'm wired. That's how most cops are wired. We would run towards a threat when most would run away. And I'm not saying that to brag or to boast, say, hey, oh, look at me, I'm cool. That's just who we are, right? We signed up for that duty. Whether you're a cop today or you're a retired cop, I guarantee you they would do the same thing. But if you don't have the ability to carry armed, carry concealed, or be prepared to go engage an active threat, then have a plan to get the hell out of there so you can get yourself and your loved ones to somewhere that's safe. Okay, now let's talk about criminals for a second. Now, criminals, more often than not, guys, they're crimes of opportunity. More often than not, they're males. They're young, between teenage to mid 30 years of age. And they are more often than not drug addicts, and they're going out and they're looking for a mark. They're looking for it to hit a lick. They're looking to go break into a house so they can get your goods, get out of the door, get down the street and go pawn that shit and sell it for dope or whatever they want to do so they can get their next fix. Okay. That's the most common thief that we deal with. Now, is that to say that there aren't female burglars, that they're not people from older ages or younger ages? Of course there are. In fact, I was visiting with a customer in Alabama just about a month ago, and they had an 8-year-old child that stole a car and was in a high-speed pursuit with the police. 8 years old. And no, I didn't stutter. That's crazy, right? So can we say the world is changing and not necessarily for the better? So the more often than not, the guys are going to break into your house, or more often than not, they're men. They're not all white. They could be black, Hispanic, or whatever, but they tend to be middle-aged, sorry, not middle-aged, teenage to mid-30 age men. That's the most common MO or modus operandi for those who are going to go break into your home, but it doesn't exclude the others. There's certainly others that will go out and do it. And so, and more often than not, it happens during the day. So my plan for you would be, do you understand what are they looking for? They're crimes of opportunity. They're looking for an easy mark or an easy opportunity to get in and out. For a second, I want you to think like a burglar. What would you be looking for if you were looking to break into a house, get items or valuables out quickly without being seen or heard? You would look for easy access. You would look for obscured access. So it drives me crazy when I drive around my neighborhood or my local neighbors, when I see things that just boggle my mind. For example, what do I mean? Overgrown vegetation in front of the house, large trees that hide or obscure the driveway, or large trees that hide or obscure the doorways or windows. because that tells me, that also tells a criminal, I can get in and out of that window without being seen. Also, I'll see like poor lighting in the evenings for people who are trying to secure their house. They're looking for easy access with low visibility and low access of being caught. In fact, we created an acronym. I say we. Someone created an acronym called CPTED, stands for Crime Prevention Through Environmental Design. Now, most police agencies in the United States of America, of any size rather, Henderson, Nevada, for one, where I worked, they have an awesome CPTED program there. They will send an officer to your house free of charge to do a CPTED inspection for you and your family. Free. At least they did 8 years ago when I retired. Okay. Contact your local PD and say, hey, do you guys have a CPTED program or a crime prevention through environmental design program? They will send an officer out that will inspect your home and give you some pointers. Hey, I would maybe add lighting here. I might, trim back this vegetation you have in front of your home. And I might install what we call hostile vegetation, those thorny plants. Remember, these assholes are crimes of opportunity. They will break in where it's easy and comfortable. You know what the most common burglary tool is in the United States of America? It is a rock. And more often than not, said rock is found in your landscaping in your backyard. Because here's what typically happens. Whether they're using an accomplice or they're doing it themselves, they're going to come up to your front door and going to ring the bell. Ding dong. Or bing bong, whatever your thing sounds like, right? Have you ever had a guy or a girl show up to your house and ring the doorbell and be like surprised as shit that you answer the door? Oh, okay. Yeah, can I help you? Yeah, I'm here to meet Johnny or Susan or whatever, which is a total bullshit lie. It's a lie because they weren't there. They didn't want you to be home. They didn't want an encounter with you. They thought you were not there. They rang your doorbell. You showed up. Guess what they did? They left, went down the street, and broke into your neighbor's house. That is what happens more often than not, okay? But let's just say the opposite occurs, right? They ring the doorbell. Bing, bong. Bing, bong. Nothing. Oh, cool. Nobody's home. What do? On the norm, not always, but more often than not, they will circle around the back and look for easy access where they cannot be seen or heard. The most common burglary tool? A rock. Now, many of you say, oh, it's a crowbar. Bullshit. Yes, it happens. It's extremely rare. You watch too much television. More often than not, they're either booting the back door, they're breaking it with a rock or some stick or something to get through the glass, get to the knob so they can gain access into your home. Now, once they're into your home, they know that we are creatures of habit. Human nature is that we like to do things a certain way, right? So criminal gets into your house. Where do you think they go first? What's the most common stopping point for some criminal shithead that just broke into your house? As much as we are creatures of habit, they are aware of our creatures of habit. More often than not, we hang our keys near the front door, somewhere either coming in from the garage or coming in from the front door on some type of keychain apparatus. I am guilty. I've done that myself. Now, I had a good friend of mine, I won't say your name, but you know who you are, who sat through this entire class a couple years ago, and a year or two later called me in a total panic. Rob, you won't believe this. I should have listened to you. My husband left a key to our house in the driveway in his truck. And I knew immediately what she meant. She left her garage door opener, he did, in his brand new truck in front of the garage in their driveway. When you do that, folks, you're giving these assholes a key into your house. They have a very quick process of getting and defeating a car door. It's called a screwdriver. They're in their door quickly. If there's a garage door opener there, guess what? They'll have access into your house. And most of you are guilty of leaving the access door from your garage into your home unlocked. So what does that mean? Pop the door on your truck or your car, pop your garage door opener, they're inside your house, and God forbid they're inside your house to where you are there sleeping or your children are sleeping. That can where it can get very, very ugly. My good friend had that exact scenario happen to them. They live in the Fort Worth area. Husband's truck was stolen. A whole bunch of the items from the garage were stolen because they left a garage door opener in the truck in the driveway. Let's all learn from that, and let's not do that, please. Another biggie for me is don't leave your firearms in your vehicles. I was so mad taking all these reports from people who left guns in their cars after they entered their home. Now, do I believe you should carry your gun? Absolutely. You should also carry that shit in your house with you so it doesn't get stolen. Because more often than not, these guys patrol your neighborhoods at night while you're asleep, and they're checking door handles methodically. They'll go from house to house to house, door handle, door handle, door handle. They'll find one that's open, and it's like a candy store. They'll go in the truck or car, they'll rummage, and more often than not, they'll find nothing. But many times they'll find your gun, your wallet, your purse. Please stop leaving that stuff in your truck and your cars, guys. You're just literally handing these idiots a free pass. Okay. Now, how do we harden the target? How do we make your home stronger? Now, do you know what a strike plate is? Strike plate looks like this. Okay. Strike plate is that little metal piece that's on the inside of your trim, inside your doorway. More often than not, those things are secured by 2 3/4 inch, about yay big, brass screws that go through the strike plate into a piece of, more often than not, pine trim that's about 1 inch in thick. Okay. And it's relatively strong if you were trying to like just close a door. But if you were any human being with any type of mass behind you, I would say 100 pounds or heavier, it's very easy to kick that door in a specific place and defeat that mechanism and bust that door wide open. Okay. And how do I know this? As a detective serving search warrants, I have kicked many a door. Now, my background was kickboxing. I was a fighter when I was young and a lot less fat, a lot less ugly. I was a much more stout young man. I was very good at kicking doors. One shot, boom, I could break it, shatter the trim, bust the door in, and it just breaks off the molding and everything. It was kind of fun to do, by the way. It was great. If you've never done that, you should try it at least once in your life. Okay. What I would suggest to you strongly, if you do nothing else tonight, when you're watching this video, go to Lowe's or Home Depot or your local, I guess, home improvement store and buy yourself some 3-inch stainless steel screws. Okay. Looks kind of like this image on the screen right here, like that. Okay. And I want you to take those little 3/4 inch screws out, throw them in the trash or save them for a project, and then get yourself a good strong drill and put those 3-inch screws all the way in to hold that strike plate in place. Now, here's what that does, guys. That literally makes your door or your locking mechanism 10 times stronger than it would with the original manufacturer screws that are in there. Now, what does that do? Does that make your door impenetrable? No, it does not. But think about it. If you were home, or maybe if you weren't home and someone were trying to break into your home, what do they want? They want to get in, easy access, and not be discovered. They want to make noise. They want to get your stuff, steal it, and leave, right? If they have to kick that door 10 times to break it down, they're probably going to go choose your neighbor's house or somebody else. Or if you're inside the house, resting, sleeping, or whatever, and you hear boom, 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 that gives you time to wake up, be cognizant of what's happening, grab a weapon or whatever you need to protect your family, and be prepared. God forbid they come through that front door. Okay? Then you do what you got to do. Stand your ground, Castle Doctrine, look it up, know your rights, know what you're able to do and not do when it comes to use of force. Okay? But if you do nothing else than just secure your doors with those 3-inch stainless steel screws, trust me, it's going to make your house way, way, way more safer. There's another cool thing you can use called security laminate. Google it, look it up. It is a type of tint. It comes in clear, it comes in opaque, or like a normal tinted version, where you can put this plastic coating, if you will, kind of like a tent, but real much thicker, that will turn your window into a wall. Like literally, you have to take a freaking baseball bat through this glass and hit it numerous times, even with a crowbar, just to gain access into that home. Now, what does that do? It buys you time. It also makes a lot of noise and also discourages your burglar to make them go, guess what? Go somewhere else. Harden the target. For a couple $100, you could do your entire downstairs with security laminate and make your windows into walls and makes your house way, way, way more safer. Now, God forbid these assholes get into your house, right? What do you think they're going to go first? More often than not, they will run right to your master bedroom, and they're going to go right into your master bedroom closet or your chest of drawers. Why? Because we are creatures of habit. Okay. The most common stolen item during a home residential burglary is a jewelry box. You know what a jewelry box is to a crackhead? It is a very convenient carrying case to steal all of your valuables and leave that house with it. Okay, so if you have one of those jewelry boxes with all your fine jewelry in there, do me a favor, take that stuff out of your jewelry box and hide it in an inconspicuous place. Like get yourself one of those book safes, right? Books are kryptonite to a crackhead, right? They don't want to open books. Take that safe book, put all your valuable jewelry in there, and put it in a bookshelf with a whole bunch of other books. Crackheads, I promise you, are not going to open your books. Okay? Don't do that. Get it somewhere out of the obvious places. Obvious places are master bedroom closet, chest of drawers in your master bedroom, under your mattress. All these things you think are safe, they are not, because we're predictable human beings and they know where to look. Another great idea is to go get yourself some of those little hidden spy-like items where you can get like a Pringles can that has a false bottom in it and put your valuables there. Put them in your refrigerator in an empty mustard container or something like that. They're not going to look for that. They're looking for jewelry boxes and safes. If you have a safe, if it's not 1,000 pounds and bolted to the ground and secure as hell, then it's not really of value. If you have one of those little small little fire safes about yay big that are not secured and not bolted down, you know what those are? Those are an inconvenient carrying case for a crackhead. They're going to take it and leave. And if it's too heavy for them to carry out and they can get it away from the wall, they're going to stay there for as long as they can to break that thing open. And I'll tell you, man, I've been to houses with concrete dust and shredded metal and shit everywhere because those tweakers, man, they were bound and determined to get into that safe. And they did. Now, more often than not, birth certificate, stock papers, a little bit of cash, some jewelry, nothing of major consequence. But they're going to get into it. They're going to take it, and you're going to be regretting it for a very long time. Okay. Another thing for you to do is make sure if you have any electronics of value, I want you to take those electronics, look up their serial numbers, write them down, and then email them into an email to yourself so you can secure your serial numbers. There's an amazing program out there. It's called Leads Online, where the detectives can actually look up stolen items that have been pawned or put through a pawnbroker. More often than not, if they steal your valuables, that's where they end up, in a pawn shop or something like that. Okay. So record your serial numbers, secure yourself in a much safer place, and do me a favor, like, subscribe, and share this video. I've been teaching this class for years, and I've had it happen to me more than once where someone came up to me and go, "Hey, Rob, thank you so much for that class, man. It saved my ass. I still got broken into, but they didn't get all my stuff. They didn't get my grandma's ring. They didn't get my most valuable item that I've ever owned in my life, or whatever it is. Take it, put it somewhere inconspicuous, and then have yourself a plan that, God forbid, if they do break into your house, do you have a way to deal with it? Do you have a plan?" And people always ask me, well, what should I have? Should I have a handgun or a shotgun or whatever? I would tell you this. If you're not comfortable with a weapon or the ability to use it against an intruder, then you're probably better off not having it at all, because they're probably going to take it from you and use it on you. So if you're going to employ a weapon, I don't suggest handguns as a good remedy for a residential burglar, because typically a 9mm or a 40mm or a 45, they will go through drywall like paper. Okay. If you were going to use a weapon to secure or protect your home, I recommend a pump shotgun with some birdshot in there. Okay. For one, it sends a universal message when they hear, "I have a gun, get out of my house." They're going to understand what that means. They're going to shit their pants and they're going to run. And God forbid, if you have to fire at them, if they're coming towards you, that birdshot will not go through multiple layers of drywall and into other rooms and harm your loved ones or potentially harm your neighbors. So think it through when you get a firearm to defend yourself. I like shotguns for that reason. I would suggest loading it with birdshot, double out buck, and then a slug. So if they come at you, this will scare the hell out of them. This will put them in a forever box, and this will really put them in a forever box if they keep coming at you and you need to really, really, really in a critical instance. So secure yourself, get yourself a plan, and then share that plan with your children. If you go to the mall, hey guys, mom and dad are going to go to whatever Macy's, you're going to go here. If you hear something, gunshots pop off, you need to run, get the hell out of there and meet me back here. And if you're going to go to the mall and you have the ability to and the training to be prepared, carry a concealed weapon or a weapon with you, because here's reality, folks. If these idiots show up like they did at the Allen Outlet Mall, like they did at multiple schools around our country or movie theaters or restaurants, and they're there to harm and victimize the innocent, the only thing standing between you and them is a good person with a gun. If you decide to engage them, do it quickly, and then make sure you have someone who's with you or yourself call 911 and say, hey, look, I'm an armed citizen, or I'm a retired police officer, or I'm an off-duty police officer, or whatever the case may be. I'm wearing a black shirt with black pants, and I'm in this store. I'm armed. I don't want to be mistaken, because you don't want the cops to show up and see you with your gun in your hand and think you're the shooter and them hurt you. That has happened in the past before. So if you decide to take that step, make sure you own it, but make sure you also prepare accordingly to protect yourself and your family, because sadly, we don't live in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. Our world is not heading in the right direction. It's kind of sad. It's kind of scary as a parent. I'm not worried about me. I've had my time. I'm worried about my kids, as I'm sure you are too. So just be prepared. Don't walk around in condition white. Walk around in condition yellow. And I hope and pray that that serves you and your family very well, so we can all go home and be safe into the night. Okay, so until next time, thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe to the show. Do me a favor and share this with your friend who may be worried about a residential burglary or worried about one that happened to them in the past. And let's get the word out there so we can make each and every one of us just a little bit safer. Until next time, God bless and take care. We'll see you in the next one.
Never imagined a love like yours. Through all the endless nights, you were the one I was searching for, looking for the one that was worth it, yeah. And all this time, you were right here by my side. You were right here. And through all the pain and the heartaches, now it's all messed up, and I'm walking out, slamming the door. And now I'm riding off into the dark on a wild horse, yeah, with nothing but my thoughts